was the most fascinating person you met in prison. I was transferred to Sci Huntington in Pennsylvania. This prison was known as the last stop. If you broke the rules in other prisons or happened to find yourself fighting too often, chances are you ended up in Huntington. Living on my block was a baby-faced kid. He did not even look old enough to be with us. I looked at his prison number on his clothes. This is the quickest way to see if a guy is a new fish. This very young-looking kid had the same letters that I had, which meant he came into the state system around the same year I did, so about 6 or 7 years ago. Turns out he was certified as an adult at 14 years old. This happens pretty often these days, but back in the 90s, this was rare for someone so young. My first few months were spent sorting out my role in the place. I am one of those guys who likes to remain under the radar. My hobby was watching other people. I have always been fascinated by human behavior, so I never forgot about this kid. Anyway, the kid was always looking for pets. He found a little baby rabbit in the yard where we played softball. He kept it in his cell for over a month until a guard saw it during cell searches. This was like the nicest kid, he never had a bad word to say about anybody. He always tried to make people happy. I began to ask for information about the kid. Even though I was in a position to just pull the kid aside and ask him directly, it is always better to find out the background some other way. Then you don't put the person in an awkward situation. I learned the kid was doing 60 years. As I said, to receive a sentence like this at 14 was a rare thing back then. This means he had likely ended a life. However, 1 out of 4 guys in the jail were lifers, so that wasn't uncommon. Then I learned what he had done. 2 high school kids from his town fed substances to his 12-year-old sister and then forced intimacy. They left her without clothes on the street, where the kid found her. She told him who they were. He did not say a word to his family. He took off with a shotgun on his bicycle. He found the 2 guys playing pinball at the corner store. He walked in and made them kneel on the floor. He put the firearm in the first kid's mouth and pulled the trigger. The second kid just passed out from fear or stress and he shot him too. I will bet money that if or when they parole this kid, he will never commit another crime, as long as no one ever hurts his family again.